It's mailbag time here on Chicago Bears Now. I am Harrison Graham. Bears over cheese gets things started here. If Montez Sweat doesn't lead the team in sacks, who will? It's a good question. I hope it's Montez Sweat because he's paid to do that. But if he's not, I'll throw a few names at you. Dio Adangbo could be a candidate for that. Gervon Dexter. I don't think Grady Jarrett could lead the team in sacks. It'd be surprising if Shamar Turner was that as a rookie. I guess I would go Dio or Dexter would be my guess. But who knows? It probably needs to be Montez Sweat. If it's not, that probably means this pass rush wasn't that great again. So rooting for him to bounce back. If he does become that borderline dominant player, that should have a domino effect on the rest of the group. I do think this group, especially on the interior, is better, but I still have big question marks coming off the edge. Who will lead the Bears in sacks if you had to guess? Let me know down in the comment section of this mailbag video. Who's going to lead the team in sacks? Benjamin, new coach, second-year quarterback, better offense, potentially great defense. All that is missing is a big-time trade for a defensive star, and it's 2018 all over again, Bear down at FGB. As great as 2018 was, and as fun as it was, and it was awesome, and if the double doink doesn't happen, if that kick goes through, who knows how far that Bears team goes. We'll never know. They didn't build off of that. And why is that? It's because Mitchell Trubisky wasn't the guy. The defense was in place, like you said. I don't think this defense is as good as that defense was for what it's worth, but I do think the offense is better. I do get if they are hesitant to make a big-time move for a Trey Hendrickson or, hell, who knows, TJ Watt or Micah Parsons. I don't think those guys are really available, but you get the point. Just because what if Caleb isn't who they think he is? Like, I think you can feel confident about what a player is and what he's going to be, but you can't have a clear picture until you see him do it. Like, it's only natural that Washington would feel better about Jaden Daniels than the Bears do about Caleb Williams. I think the Bears feel really good about Caleb Williams, but it was an inconsistent rookie year. Like, we need to see more. So I'm not saying don't make the trade. I'm just saying that could be a reason not to, because as great as it was and as awesome as Khalil Mack was here, what did it really lead to? It led to one really fun season when they went 12-4, underwhelmed in that playoff loss to Philadelphia, and the missed kick is obviously a big what-if moment, and then one playoff game in the next 3 years with Khalil Mack. That's it. Next 4 years, actually. 4 years, 3 years, 4 years, 3 years. It's not Mack's fault. It doesn't mean he wasn't a good player. It just means it didn't really add up to much at the end of the day. Been a Bears fan since 3. Will DJ and Rome be 1,000-yard receivers this year? I think close. Just too many weapons. Yeah, I mean, look, I think the ball will spread around, and even last year it did, right? I mean, DJ was in the 900s, Rome and Keenan were in the 700s, Cole was, I think, in the 500s. Swift had almost 400 receiving yards, I believe. So, like, the ball was spread around. It just wasn't as good of an offense. I think it'll be similar, but I do think there will be more volume in terms of passing yards and efficiency. But I do think at least one guy's getting to 1,000. It wouldn't shock me if it was both. Now, if it's both, that probably means you're not having that, like, 1,500-yard guy. Like, could DJ go for 1,150 and Rome 1,080 or something like that? I could see that being on the board, but I think both guys should and do have 1,000-yard aspirations, and it wouldn't shock me if both of them got there. Get yourself a Caleb Williams jersey at chatsports.com/Caleb jersey. Guys, these are only $100. Authentic Nike jerseys for big-time NFL players are typically running $120, $150, sometimes $200, depending on the style of jersey. Nike, I mean, come on, man. $100, chatsports.com/Caleb jersey. Pick one up today. You'll have it before training camp. Brian Massey, Ben Johnson, and Manungai, or Roschon Johnson, and Kyle Manungai be a RB 2A, 2B, becoming a three-headed monster in the backfield. I think the problem with that is if you have a 2A, 2B behind your one, then your one has to be like a heavy workload guy. Like Derrick Henry, like Saquon Barkley, where your 2A, 2B is like, you don't really have that true second guy that you love, so you kind of just split. They each play a little role. I don't think DeAndre Swift is like a 25 touches per game guy. I think ideally really ideally, you would have another big-time player next to him, and he'd be like 10 to 15 touches. But for this offense, I don't know, is he 13 to 20 touches per game or something like that? Maybe he's like 12, 13 carries, 4 or 5 catches. Like, is that an ideal role for him? I would say that feels right. Now, he might have to have more carries if none of these other backs emerge, but I still think you're ideally a true second back emerges, whether it's Roschon, Manungai, Ian Wheeler, someone who's not on the team. I think they would like for that to be the case. 2.0, what's more likely, Caleb being the reason we don't make the playoffs or the defense? It's a good question. There's questions with both, but both have potential. I guess I'd probably say Caleb, just given the history of this team and just that there is an element of him still being unproven. I think he's relatively proven. Like, we know he's not horrible, right? Like, I think he's at least decent. Like, if last year's the floor, he's decent. The question is he good? Is he pretty good? Is he streaky? Is he very good? Like, we don't know how far he can go. But Dennis Allen knows what he's doing. There's good players on the defense. So I guess I would say Caleb. But if I could see a world where the offense is pretty good and this defense, while there's good players on it, just can't get to the quarterback consistently enough. Can't stop the run consistently enough. Like, that defensive front is, especially on the edge, is my biggest question in terms of roster. Is it up to par? That's what I would say. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. We got coverage all year long. The offseason is nearing its end. Training camp is just around the corner, so this is the time to join the channel for 100% free. You literally just tickle that subscribe button, and you'll enjoy daily videos. Oliver, I feel like the Bears should add another linebacker into the roster because I don't have 100% confidence in Edmonds to be a linebacker too. Well, he's got to be a starter. They're paying him $18 million per year. He's still decent. There's no one out there that's probably better. I mean, is Jawan Bentley off the street better than Tremaine Edmonds? I would doubt it. He's overpaid. He hasn't lived up to the contract. No one's disputing that. But he is still the second best linebacker on this team. Maybe there's a world where he's better than TJ this year, and he's better than any free agent out there. Now, if you want to tell me they trade for some guy, okay, but I don't think you're trading for an off-ball linebacker. Donald Lear, what is the position you would do a mid-season trade for? I mean, edge and running back still. I mean, those are the ones. If Jaquan Brisker's hurt again and he can't return, safety's another one. I think as the season went on, I think Elijah Hicks and Jonathan Owens in spurts are serviceable. But I think we saw with Brisker missing the last 12 games, like over time, backups get exposed. There's enough tape and film out there where they can start to find trends and areas where they can be attacked. But if it's a couple of weeks, I think you're serviceable there. So those are a few positions I would say. Who's going to be better in 2025? I think it's Trevon Dexter type D or Grady Jarrett type J. I think we should hope for Trevon Dexter. Obviously, they paid Grady Jarrett, $14 million per year. I think it was 3 for 42, whatever it was. We're hoping both are good. But Jarrett, only 2 of the years are really guaranteed. He's 32. Ideally, the guy who took in the second round a few years ago continues to progress, takes another step forward after he took one last year. Saquon Barkley, if Caleb plays, how we expect him to be, will he be the highest paid quarterback? So if he plays to if he lives up to the hype, if he becomes one of the best quarterbacks in the league, there will probably be a time where when he gets paid, he is or could be the highest paid. Now, that doesn't last long for many people because then the next guy tops it, right? Like, that's just how it works. But if he plays really well, that could happen. It's definitely a possibility. Now, if that happens, we should party. We should celebrate because that means the Bears have finally found a quarterback. Like, that is the whole point of this. Is like, get the coach, or really, get the GM, get the coach, get the quarterback. If you have those three, you got a chance every year. Look at the teams that are good. They're all aligned. They all are good. Like, even like, I'm not even a Sirianni guy, but like, it's working, right? Like, Howie Roseman's an unreal GM. For that team, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, and for that team, Nick Sirianni is a good coach. Andy Reid, Brett Veach, Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is what we dream of. Like, you're hoping Poles is good enough, Ben Johnson's good enough, Caleb Williams good enough. I think they all have attributes we like. It's about proving it, though, and like they say, brick by brick, stacking days. That's what it's all about. Tom, are we overhyping the Bears? I remember being excited getting into last year. Look, we always overhype them. Fan bases always overhype their team. That's kind of the beauty of the NFL, though. It's like, it's a new year. Every team feels like they have a chance. It's not like these other sports, like baseball, when there's no salary cap. If your team's not spending, unless you're the Billy Bean A's when you got that thing rolling, which that's not really a thing anymore, or Tampa, you probably got no shot. You got to spend. NBA, same deal. If you don't have a true superstar, if you're not in the tax bill, you don't have a great chance. There's exceptions. Like, obviously, Oklahoma City's not in the tax yet, but they have the MVP, and they've drafted extraordinarily well. So I think the reason, though, that it's not like last year, the one thing that we didn't say enough, even though I think I did say this a lot, I'd have to go back and look. I was like, my biggest concern is Matt Eberflus good enough? The answer not only was no, it was fuck no. He wasn't close. Whereas this year, I've hedged. I've said, I don't know how Ben Johnson will be as a head coach. I know what he is as an offensive coordinator, though. So the offense should be better regardless. Now, there could be shortcomings in other areas, game management, disciplinarian stuff. Who knows? Like, time will tell on that front. But I think you can feel better about the coaching staff. And Caleb's a year older, and you added more talent. The offensive line should be significantly better. That was number 2 last year. The O-line was not up to snuff. It should be this year. So now it's just going out and doing it. Like, there's going to be less excuses this year, and that's how it should be. Follow us on social media at HGramNFL. That's where you can find me on Twitter. Same on Instagram. It's at HGramNFL. If you want to talk more ball, if you want to consume more Bears content, stay in the know in real time, that is where I am posting at HGramNFL on social media.